Here's a quick video reminding you of the order of operations. So a lot of your sign errors, careless errors, just goofy mistakes come down to knowing your order of operations. So you may have heard of PEMDAS. They've changed it recently to GEMDAS because it's more, the PEMDAS comes from parentheses. But really there's other grouping symbols. There's the parentheses, there is the closed brackets, there's the fractions, right? So those are different groups. There's the radical, that's kind of like a grouping thing. So anything that groups is that first thing that you work inside of. So you work inside a group. And then once inside that group, the order that you're working in is exponents first, then multiply, divide, then add, subtract, GEMDAS. When it was PEMDAS, we would say, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. But now I guess we'll have to say something else. All right, so you just have to be careful. So let's say we want to simplify this. The steps are outlined quite extensively typed up below, but let's kind of do them together. I think that's sometimes helpful to see it. So remember, here's a grouping symbol. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Here's one grouping symbol. So we're going to work inside of that. Here's another grouping symbol. So we're going to work top. We're going to simplify the top and we're going to simplify the bottom separately. And even within the top, we're going to simplify the grouping inside. Oops. So let's do that. We're going to start with inside of here. Okay, so once inside, we look for exponents. There are none. So then we move to multiplying or dividing. And so we do the 5 times 2 first. So 5 times, so this, if I were to write it out, we would say 8 plus this radical. Inside is 10 plus 6. And then over, now we can work what's going on inside of that grouping symbol. So the exponents first, so that 3 squared becomes 9 minus 5. All right, so we're still working separately, the top and the bottom. Now on the top, we're still working inside that radical. So the 8's outside, plus the square root of 10 plus 6 is the square root of 16. We have no more multiplying or dividing exponents below, so now it's 9 minus 5, which is 4. Okay, and then the square root is really an exponent, so we're ready to do that before we add. So it's 8 plus the square root of 16 is 4 over 4. Then if we add the 8 and the 4, we get 12. Lastly, we deal with the division here, which is 3. Okay, so really it's just practicing those grouping symbols in that order. There's so many places where people can make a mistake. So let me put a common error here that I see that we will not do. So let's say you had something like 8 plus 5 over 4, okay? Remember, you want to simplify this top and simplify the bottom before you deal with this fraction, which is division. So we would have to first add the top to get 13. The bottom, there's nothing to simplify, and that leaves us with 13/4. That's good. What I see a lot of people do is this. So they divide that 4 into one piece of the sum and then end up with 7. That's no good. Okay, you can't divide into a sum. You can't. Remember, if we simplified on the top, we got 13. And doing this cross, A plus B over A, you cannot do that. Bad math. What you can do is A times B over A, right? Then those do cancel. You can cancel across factors. So that's a mistake that I see a lot and a lot and a lot. And I think it's just a rule that people need to commit. All right, that's it.